thou the god of 5 darts, the lord of love?
I'm he who was first born in the heart of the Creator. I bind in bonds of pain and bliss the lives of men and women.
Yes, I know what those pain are and those bonds. Who are you, my lady?
I am his friend, VASANTA, the queen of the seasons. Death and decrepitude would wear the world to the bone, but that I follow them and constantly attack them. I am eternal youth.
I bow to thee, Lady VASANTA.
And what stern vow is thine, fair stranger? Why waste thy youth on penance and mortification? Such a sacrifice is not suitable for the worship of love. What art thou, and what is thy prayer?
I am CHITRA, the daughter of the kingly house of Manipur. With godlike grace, Lord Shiva granted my royal grandsires a line of unbroken male descent. Nevertheless, the divine word proved powerless against the spark of life in my mother's womb. So invincible was my nature, woman though I be.
Yes, that is why thy father brought up as thy son. He has taught you the use of a bow and the duties of a king.
Yes, that is why I'm dressed in man's attire and have left the seclusion of a woman's chamber. I know no feminine wiles for winning hearts. My hands are strong to bend a bow, but I've never learned Cupid's archery for the play of eyes.
That requires no schooling, fair one. The eye that is work untaught, as he who was struck in the heart would know so well.
One day, I entered a dense thicket on the track of a deer, and I found a narrow path meandering through the dusk. When all of a sudden, I came upon a man lying across my path. I asked him haughtily to move aside, but he heeded not. Then, with the sharp end of my bow, I pricked him in contempt. Instantly, he leapt up with tall, straight limbs, like a sudden tongue of fire from a heap of ashes. An amused smile flickered around the corner of his mouth, perhaps my boyish countenance. Then, for the first time in my life, I felt myself a woman, and knew that a man was before me.
At the auspicious hour, I teach men and women the supreme lesson to know themselves. But what happened after that?
With fear and wonder, I asked, "Who are you?" "I am Arjuna," he said, "of the great Kuru clan." I stood like a statue and forgot to do him obeisance. Arjuna, the one great idol of my dreams. Yes, I had heard long ago that he had sworn a 12-year celibacy. Many a day my young ambition has spurred me on to prove myself in arms against him. I know not in what whirlpool of thought I was lost in, when all of a sudden I see him vanish among the trees. Oh, foolish woman did not speak a word, but stood there like a barbarian while he contemptuously walked away. Then the next day, I laid aside my men's clothing, and I donned on bracelet, anklet, a waist chain, and a gown of red-purple silk. The unaccustomed clothing clung around my shrinking shame, but I continued on my quest, and found Arjuna in the forest temple of Shiva.
Tell me the story to the end, for I am the heart-born god. I understand the mysteries of those impulses.
Shame fell on me like a thunderbolt, but could not break me to pieces. So utterly hard and so like a man am I. His last words to me as I walked home pricked my ears like red-hot needles. "I have sworn a 12-year celibacy. I am not fit to be thy husband." Oh, the vow of man. Lord Love, thou knowest a numbered saints and sages have laid aside the merit of their penance at the feet of a woman. Then teach me thy lessons. Show me the power of the weak and the weapon of the unarmed hand.
I will be thy friend. I will bring the world-conquering Arjuna, a captive before thee, to say his rebellious statement at thy hands.
Had I but the time needed, I could win his love by slow degrees. I would stand by him, like his comrade, and assist him in all the pleasures of the chase. I would assist him in all the great duties of a Kshatriya, rescuing the weak and meting out justice where it is due. Surely, at last, he would look at me and wonder. But I'm not the woman that would hide her despair in lonely silences, cover it with a daily patient smile. Therefore, I have come to thy door. World-vanquishing love, and thou, youthful lady of the seasons, take from my young body this primal injustice, this unattractive plainness. For a single day, make me superbly beautiful, even as beautiful as the sudden bloom of love in my heart. Give me one day of perfect beauty, and I will answer for the days that follow.
Lady, I grant thy prayer. Not for the short span of the day, but for one whole year, the charm of spring blossoms shall nestle on thy wings.
Was I dreaming? Or was what I saw by the lake truly there? Sitting on the mossy turf, I mused over bygone years in the sloping shadows of the evening, when slowly, out from the folding darkness, an apparition of beauty in the perfect form of woman. She bowed herself over the shining mirror of the lake and saw the reflection of her face. She started in awe and stood still, and then smiled. With a careless sweep of her left arm, unloosened her hair and let it trail on the earth at her feet. She bared her bosom and looked at her arms, so flawlessly modeled. She beamed with a glad surprise. But a moment after the smile passed from her face, a shade of sadness crept into her eyes. She bound up her tresses, drew her veil over her arms, and sighing slowly, just walked away into the night. To me, the supreme fulfillment of desire seemed to have been revealed in a flash, and then vanished. But who is it that comes to the gate? Why, it is she. Quiet, my heart. Fear me not, lady. I am CHITRA.
Honored sir, you're my guest. I live in this temple. I know not in what way I can show you hospitality.
Fair lady, the very sight of you is indeed the highest of hospitality. If you would not take it amiss, I would ask you a question.
You have permission?
What stern vow keeps you immured in this solitary temple, depriving all mortals of a vision of so much loveliness?
I harbor a secret desire in my heart, for the fulfillment of which I offer daily prayers to the Lord Shiva.
Well, what can you desire? For you are the desire of the whole world. From the easternmost hill have I traveled. I have seen what is most precious, beautiful, and great on earth. My knowledge shall be yours, only say for whom or for what you seek.
He whom I seek is known to all.
Indeed, whom may this favor of the gods be? Whose fame has captured your heart?
Sprung from the highest of all royal houses, the greatest of all heroes is he.
Lady, offer not such wealth of beauty as is yours on the altar of false reputation. Spurious fame spreads from tongue to tongue, like the fog in the early dawn before sun rises. Tell me, who in the highest kingly lines is your supreme hero?
Hermit, are you jealous of other men's fame? Then do you not know all of the world the royal house of Kurus is the most famous?
The house of the Kurus?
Yes. Have you never heard the greatest name from that far-famed house?
From your own lips, let me hear it.
ARJUNA, the conqueror of the world. That imperishable name hidden is with care in my maiden heart. Why do you look so perturbed? Has that name only offered deceitful glitter?
Be his name and fame, his bravery and prowess. For mercy's sake, do not banish him from your heart, for he kneels at your feet even now.
You, ARJUNA.
Yes, I am he, the love-hungered guest at your door.
Then is it not true that he has sworn a 12-year celibacy?
Yes, but that vow has dissolved, just as a moon dissolves a night's vow of obscurity.
Oh, shame on you! What do you see in me that makes you false to yourself? Whom do you seek in these dark eyes, these tender arms, if you're ready to pay for her the price of your property? Surely not my true self. This cannot be love. This is not man's highest homage to woman. Arjuna, now I know. The fame of your heroic manhood is false.
Oh, I see how vain is fame. Everything seems to me a dream. You alone are perfect. You are the wealth of the world, the end of all poverty and the goal of effort, the one woman.
No, alas, it's not I, not I. This is the deceit of a god. Go, go, my hero, go. Woot not to false, but do not offer your great heart to an illusion. No, impossible, no. To face that fervent gaze that almost grasps you like clutching hands from hungry spirits within. To feel his heart struggling against his bonds, urging his passion to cry through the entire body. And then to send him away like a beggar. No. Oh, God, love, what fearful flame is this that thou hast enveloped me with? I burn, and I burn whatever I touch.
I require to know what happened last night.
Evening came and lay down on a bed of flowers, and I recollected all the wonderful praise of my beauty I heard from Arjuna. I felt like a flower, which only have a few moments to listen to all the humming flatteries and the whispered murmurs of the woodlands, and then must lower itself from the sky and give itself up to the dust without a cry, thus ending a perfect moment that has neither past nor future.
A limitless life of glory can bloom and spend itself in the morning.
Like an endless meaning in a narrow span of a song.
The southern breeze caressed me to sleep, in the depth of my sleep, and I felt an intense, eager gaze on my slumbering body. I woke up and saw Arjuna standing before me. He stood tall, straight, and still. Shame slipped to my feet like loosened clothes, and I heard his call. My beloved, my most beloved. Then all my forgotten lives united as one and responded to him. Take me, take all that I am. I stretched my arms out to him. The moon set behind the trees, and a curtain of darkness covered all. Then the next day, with the first gleam of light, the first tweet of birds, I woke up and sat leaning on my left arm. He lay asleep with the rosy glow of dawn on his noble forehead. I looked around me, and I saw the same old earth. I remembered what I used to be. And I ran and ran like a deer, afraid of his own shadow. I found a lonely nook and sat down and covered my face and tried to weep and cry, but no tears came to my eyes.
Alas, thou taught of mortals, I stole from the divine storehouse the fragrant wine of heaven, poured it in one earthly night to the brim, and put it in thy hands to drink. Yet I hear this cry of anguish.
Who drank it? This borrowed beauty, this falsehood that enwraps me will take from me the only monument of that sweet union. This cursed appearance companions me like a demon, robbing me all the prizes of love.
Alas, the bark of joy came in sight, but the waves would not let it touch the shore.
Heaven came so close to my hand that I forgot for a moment it has never reached me. But when I woke up from my dream, I saw that my body has become my own rival. It is my hateful task to drag her on every day and send her to my lover to be caressed by him. Oh God, take back thy boon.
But if I take it from you now, how can you stand before your lover? To snatch away the cup from his lips, as they scarcely drank this first draught of joy, would that not be cruel? With what resentful anger must we guard you then?
But that is far better than this. I will reveal myself to him, a nobler thing than this disguise. And if he spurns me, if he rejects me and breaks my heart, I will bear even that in patience.
Listen to my advice. When with the advent of autumn the flowering season is over, then comes the triumph of fruitage. A time will come of itself, when the heat-cloud bloom of the body will droop, and Arjuna will gladly accept the abiding fruitful truth in thee. Oh, child, go back to thy night festival.
Why are you watching me like that, my warrior?
I watch how you weave that garland. Skill and grace. Twin brother and sister dancing playfully at your fingertips. I'm watching and thinking.
And what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that you, with the same lightness of touch and sweetness, are weaving my days of exile into an immortal wreath to crown me when I return home.
Home. But this love is not for home.
Not for home.
No. Never talk of that. Take to your home what is biting and strong. Leave this wild flower be where it's born. Leave it to die at day's end, among all decaying leaves and fading blossoms. Do not take it to your palace hall and fling it on the stony ground that knows no pity for things that fade and are forgotten.
Is ours that kind of love?
Yes, no other. Why regret it? That which was meant for idle days should never outlive them. Joy turns into pain when the door by which it should depart is shut against it. Take it and keep it for as long as it lasts. The day has ended. I'm tired. Put this garland on, my love. Take me into your arms. Let all vain bickerings of discontent fade away the sweet meeting of our lips.
Hush. Listen, my beloved. The sound of the prayer bells from the distant village temple steals across the evening and across the silent trees.
I cannot keep pace with thee, my friend. I'm tired. It is a hard task to keep aloft the fire thou hast kindled. Sleep overtakes me. The fan drops from my hand. Its cold ashes cover the glow of the fire. I start up again from my slumber and with all my might rescue the very flame. But this can go on no longer.
Thou art as fickle as a child. Ever so restless is thy play, both on heaven and on earth. Things that dost thou build up for days and in endless detail, that shatter in a moment without regret. But this work of ours is nearly finished. Pleasure-winged days fly by fast, and the year, almost at its end, swoops in a rapturous bliss.
I woke in the morning and found that my dreams had distilled the gem. I have no casket to enclose it, yet not a heart to throw it away. My shot to his right arm idly occupied in holding it, and yet forgets its duties.
Tell me your thoughts, sir.
See how the rain pours in torrents and fiercely beats upon the hillside? On such rainy days, us five brothers go to CHITRA forests and chase wild beasts. Oh, those are glad times. Our hearts would dance to the drumbeat of the rumbling clouds. Timid deer cannot hear our approaching footsteps for the patter of rain. Leopards would leave their lairs. The restless spirit is upon me.
Are you sure the wild creature you chase must needs be caught? Like a dream, the magical deer eludes you when it seems most likely yours. Our sport is like that, my love. You give chase to the fleet-footed beauty, aiming at her every dart in your hand. Yet, this magical creature remains ever free and in touch.
My love, have you no home where kind hearts are waiting for your return? A home which you once waited with your sweet service and whose light went out when you left it for this wilderness.
Why these questions? Are the hours of my thinking pleasure over? Do you not know that I know more than what you see before you? For me, there is no vista beyond. The dew that hangs on the tip of a konsuka petal has neither name nor destination. He offers no answer to any question. She whom you love is like that perfect bead of dew.
Has she no ties with this world? Can she merely, like a fragment of heaven, been dropped on the earth through the carelessness of a wanton god?
Yes.
Ah, that is why I always seem about to lose you. My heart is unsatisfied, my mind knows no peace. Come closer to the unattainable one. Surrender yourself to the bonds in the name, and the home and parentage. Let my heart live with you on all sides, in this peaceful security of love.
Why does vain effort to try to catch the tints of clouds and the sound of waves and smell of flowers?
Mistress mine, do not hope to pacify love with airy nothings. Give me something to clasp, something that can last longer than pleasure, and that can endure even through suffering.
You won't mind. This year's not yet over, and you are tired already. Now I know it's heaven's blessing that has made the flower's term of life short. If my body were to droop and die with flowers of last spring, you surely would have died with honor. Yet, its days are numbered. Spare it not. Press the jar of honey. For fear your beggar's heart come back to it again and again with unsated desire, like a thirsty bee in summer's blossom laid dead in the dust.
Tonight is thy last night.
The loveliness of your body will return tomorrow to the inexhaustible stores of the spring. The ruddy tint of thy lips, freed from the memory of ARJUNA's kisses, will bud in you as a pair of fresh as succulents, and the salt glow of thy skin will be born again in 100 fragrant jasmine flowers.
Oh gods, hear this my prayer. Tonight, in its last hour, let my beauty flash the brightest, like the final flicker of a dying flame.
Thou shalt have thy wish.
Who will protect us now?
By what dangers are you threatened?
Robbers are pouring in from the northern hills to devastate our village.
Have you in this kingdom no warden?
Princess CHITRA was the terror of all evildoers. While she was in this happy life, we feared only natural deaths, but had no other fears. But now she has gone on pilgrimage, and no one knows where to find her.
Is the warden of this country a woman?
Yes, she's our mother and father in one.
Why are you sitting all alone?
I'm wondering what kind of woman Princess CHITRA may be. I hear so many stories from all sorts of men.
But she is not beautiful. She has no such lovely eyes as mine, dark as that. She can pierce any target she wills, but not our hero's heart.
I hear that in valor she is a man, but a woman in tenderness.
Yes, that is indeed her greatest misfortune. When a woman is merely a woman, when she can wind herself round around a man's heart with her smiles and sobs and endearing caressments, then she is happy. Of what use to her are her great learnings and achievements? If you could only walk past by her yesterday in the forest temple Shiva, you would have passed by her without deigning to look at her. But are you so wary of a woman's beauty that you seek in her for a man's strength? Come, I have made our noonday bed. Let me guide you thither.
Not today, beloved.
Why not today?
I've heard that a horde of robbers have neared the plains. I must go and prepare my weapons to protect the frightened villagers.
Fear not. When Princess CHITRA left for her pilgrimage, she has stationed strong guards on all the frontier passes.
Yet, permit me for this short time while I set out Kshatriya's work. New glory will ennoble this idle right arm, to make a pillow more worthy of your head.
What if I refuse to let you go? What if I entwine you in my arms? Would you so rudely snatch yourself away? Well, go then. But remember, the goddess of pleasure is fickle, and she waits for no man. Wait, come. come, here, let's sit for a while. Tell me what's on your thought today. Is it CHITRA?
Yes, it is CHITRA. I wondered what fulfillment, of what vow, she's gone on her pilgrimage. Of what could she stand in need?
Her needs? What has she ever had, that unfortunate creature? Her very qualities are like prison walls shutting a woman's heart in a bare cell. Beauty is denied her. Do not ask me to speak of her life. You never sound sweet to men's ear.
But I'm eager to learn all about her. I'm like a traveler come to a strange city at midnight. Domes and towers and garden trees are vague. Wistfully I wait for the morning to reveal its strange wonders. Oh, tell me her story.
What more is there to tell?
I seem to see her in my mind's eye, riding a white horse, proudly holding the reins in her right arm and in her left a bow. Like a watchful lioness, she protects the litter at her dugs with the fierce heart. Woman's arms, though adorned with naught, but unfettered strength, are beautiful. My heart is restless, fair one. Come, let us ride away on swift horses side by side, out of this slumberous prison of green gloom, this dank, dense, perfumed intoxication of choking breath.
Arjuna, tell me true. If by some strange magic I can shake off this voluptuous softness, this timid bloom of beauty, and fling it from my body like borrowed clothes, would you be able to bear it? If I stand straight and strong with the strength of a daring heart, if I hold my head up high like a young mountain fir, and no longer trailing the dust like a liana, will that then appeal to your eye? No. No, I see that you cannot bear it. Therefore, it's better that I keep spread about me dainty playthings of fugitive youth, and wait for you in patience.
I never seem to know you aright. You seem to me like a goddess, hidden within a golden image. I cannot touch you. I cannot pay you my dues in return for your priceless gifts. And thus, my love is incomplete. Sometimes in depth of your sad look, in your playful words mocking at their own meaning, I gain glimpses of a figure trying to rend asunder the languorous grace of her body. Illusion is the first appearance of truth. She advances towards her lover in disguise, but a time comes when she throws off her ornaments and veils and stands clothed in her naked dignity. I grope for that ultimate you, that bare simplicity of truth. Why these tears, my love? Have I pained you, my darling? Forget what I said. I'm content with the present. Let each separate moment of beauty come to me like a bird of mystery. Let me forever sit with my hope on the brink of its realization, and thus end my days.
My lord, is this indeed the end? No. When all is done, something still remains. And that is my last sacrifice at your feet. I bring to you from garden of heaven flowers of most incomparable beauty with which to worship you. But if the flower service have ended, if the rites are over, let me toss them out of the temple. My lord, look at your worshipper with gracious eyes. I am not beautifully perfect as the flowers with which I worshipped. I am the world path traveler. My garments are dirty, my feet are blooded with thorns. Of where should I obtain flower beauty? The unsullied loveliness of a moment's life. The gift that I proudly bring you today is the heart of a woman. If the rites are over, my master, take this as your servant for the days to come. I am CHITRA, the king's daughter. Perhaps you remember the day when a woman came to you in the forest temple. Her body was adorned with fineries and ornaments. That woman tried to court you as though she were a man. You rejected her. You did well, my lord. For I am that woman, and she was my disguise. Then by the boon of gods, I obtained for a year the most radiant form a mortal ever worn. and wearied my hero's heart with that deceit. Surely I am not that woman. I am CHITRA, not a goddess to be worshipped, nor an object of common pity to be brushed aside. If you deign to keep me by your side in your danger and daring, if you allow me to share with you the great duty of your life, then surely you will know my true self. If the babe whom I nourished in my womb be born, I shall teach them to be a second Arjuna and bring them to you when the time is right. Then surely you will know my true self. But today, I can only offer you CHITRA, the daughter of a king.
Beloved, my life is full.